guys, welcome back to Book Talk with Meg. My name is Megan. For those of you who don't know, hi, welcome, hope you stick around. If you decide to, do not forget to click the subscribe button down below. It'll notify you when I upload new videos. Today I am here with my June TBR. If you guys didn't see, basically my May wrap up, I did a weekly reading wrap up this month, and I will link it up here if you guys are interested to see my thoughts on the books I've read during the month of May. So the first book I want to read in the month of June is The Dark Prophecy, the second book in the Trials of Apollo series, but it is not with me because I'm currently reading it. I'll insert a picture. Basically, if you guys don't know, the first book, The Hidden Oracle in the Trials of Apollo series, follows the sun god Apollo as he is cast down from Olympus and into the mortal world that is New York, and basically he and demigods have to go on quests to earn his favor back to the Mount Olympus, and it's not as easy said than done, and there's a lot of humor in those books. Really loving it so far. This leads me to obviously want to read The Burning Maze, which is the third book in this series. As soon as I'm done The Dark Prophecy, I want to try to hop on The Burning Maze, and that will make me basically be on top of things until the fourth book in the series comes out. I believe this is a 5-book. The next book I want to read is 99 Days by Katie Contugo. I'm not too sure what this is about, but I know it is a summer contemporary, which has as a premise the summer of a girl, and I believe it has to do with falling in love, and it's basically like a retelling of a summer, I guess. And once I'm done that, I want to hop on to 9 Days and 9 Nights, which is the sequel, and it takes where this leaves off, and the main character goes on a backpacking trip through Europe, I believe, which is super interesting. These books look super cute, and a lot of YouTubers which I trust have really enjoyed this series, which is why I think June is a proper time to pick. The next book I want to read I am super excited about, and that is How It Feels to Fly by Catherine Holmes. This book is a book about mental illness, and it has to do with eating disorders. Our main character is a ballerina, but I believe she suffers from an eating disorder, and she has to go to this camp where I think it's a lot of people who suffer from different either mental illnesses or eating disorders specifically, and I think it's related to sports, and it's all a coming of age story and dealing with the specific type of mental illness. It sounds like a great book, heart-wrenching but very important to read, and just the cover makes it feel like it's appropriate to read in the summer. The next book I want to read is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. This sounds like a good poetry collection. I did enjoy Milk and Honey, not as much as a lot of other poetry books, but it was fine, and I've seen a lot of people enjoy this one, and I've seen quotes which really reeled my attention in, so I wanted to pick it up, and I feel like this I could read throughout the month. If I'm camping, if I'm just here and there, I can pick up a few poems and just read it through the month. Similarly, I want to read, I don't have it with me yet, but I hope this reaches her 2, which is the kind of poetry sequel to I Hope This Reaches Her in Time. I really enjoyed that one. I read it in the month of May. Again, if you want to look at my weekly reading wrap up, I do mention it, and it was enough for me to want to buy the other book. Let me know if you guys want me to make a modern poetry video, the poetry collections I've read, what I recommend, and my thoughts on these modern poets in general, if you guys are interested. The next book I want to read is Pushing the Limits by Katie McGuire. This is kind of the story of this girl who's super popular, dated a super popular jock, and then she turns kind of more into a freak, as they identify her as. I think she cuts herself, or she has cuts on her arms, and she meets this boy, and I think they obviously fall in love, because that's what I do in the summer. I read books about people who fall in love. The last book I have physically with me that I want to read is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I'm not really sure what this has to as a premise. I know this book is old, everybody and their mom has read it. It's a super popular summer romance book, a classic first book in a trilogy. I'm gonna read it this month, and it's like super short, not even 300 pages, so it should fly by. The next two books I want to talk about are the last two books I want to read. They are both new releases for the month. The first one being Listen to Your Heart by Kasie West. This actually comes out the day after I'm filming this, May 29th. I am so excited for this book. This has to do with a girl who kind of enjoys her alone time. She likes to go outside, soak up the sunshine, and do her own thing. She's a little bit shy, and I think her friend or her cousin or whatever kind of like coaxes her into trying out for this podcast, and she does get in, and I think it's like relationship advice and that kind of thing, hence the Listen to Your Heart title. You know, and the title, like the cover is gorgeous. I just want to read this book. I love Kasie West so much. And the other book I want to read is Save the Date by Morgan Matson, which is a young adult romance book that circles a wedding. I think it's going to be hilarious and very cute. So that's it for my TBR. Hope you guys enjoy. Again, don't forget to go see my weekly reading wrap-ups if you want to know what I read during the month. And on that note, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!